Like I like Tom McDonald because of his views, man. Like, but just because I don't agree, like with his, with his hooks or whatever, I don't give a shit about any of that. But in the end, like, his views and his music, I like it.
Yeah.
Like I said before, like I don't actively seek it out, but what he does in his music videos and what he talks about in his music videos, like I like it.
I got him on a tangent, y'all.
You know what I'm saying? Like I do share the same views that he has because like what I was saying in the other video, like I don't understand why we have to always help someone else, right? When nobody else helps us. We have to always try to find a way to help each other, right? But when you try to help each other, it doesn't really work. Like it doesn't fully work. Not really work, but fully work. Because then you got those assholes that take too much from somebody else. Like that shit's irritating the fuck out of me, man. Like,
Like this.
yeah, like that's not helping. That shit doesn't help at all.
Well, I mean, it helps me think that I'm doing something for you. So keep.
Nah, but yeah, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel good because you think you're helping, but you're really not helping. You're only helping yourself. Like I don't understand that shit, man. Like, we stand with such and such country, left and right all the time, but do those countries ever really stand with us after they get the help?
I mean, think about this. Think about what you just said. Other countries stand. Do other countries stand with us? Do their views align with our views? Did you hear what Uganda did?
No.
Yeah. All right. Well, right quick. Let me show you what Uganda did. All right. Now I'm willing to bet this is probably some shit. Oh well. Yeah. Like this is probably some shit. But check this out. We stand with blah 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 blah. Uganda new anti-homosexuality law bans identification as the LGBTQ. Now, with that being said, do you know what the U.S. is talking about? Traveling bans. Because it don't align with this shit. Because oh well, if you do this, look, while more than 30 African countries, including Uganda, already ban same-sex relationships, the new law passed on Tuesday appears to be the first to outlaw merely identifying as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer. The A's have it, and blah blah. Bill passed in time, and this is the president signing an anti-gay bill law. I mean, like all these countries that we stand with so and so, we stand with so and so. How many people that actually say we stand with Iraq? How many people say that we stand with like a country, like you know what I mean, like just
Yeah.
any country in general, like this is where I'm from, this is where hoorah hoorah hoorah, but that same country would literally kill you for homosexuality, stone you to death, throw you in a ditch. But you come to America, and yet this is your place to fucking start that new garden and grow whatever the fuck you want into it. But yet you hate America. Yet it's okay to burn the flag and stomp on it, step on it. Oh, it's freedom of speech, freedom of expression. Well,
It is, and you're lucky to have those.
but yet you hate America. Well, if you hate America so much, why are you fucking here?
Like
Save your money, pack your shit, and just go back wherever.
I don't know. I like I said, like I said at the beginning, like I don't have hate for this dude because I've never had hate for this dude. I don't have hate for people that speak the truth,
Nope.
right?
Nope.
As a dude, right? As a man, like we like the truth, right? Not just just speak truth to us and we'll understand each other,
Yes.
right? We don't need no fluffy words or we don't need the extra shit. Just cut it down to the bare minimum with the fucking truth and that's it, right? He does that. And I appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that he does that. You know what I mean? Just because, like I'm not gonna repeat it.
No, I mean you're fine.
I'm not
It's
gonna
not that big of a deal.
I'm not gonna fucking repeat it, right?
Oh yeah, that one
But
guy already said, "Can y'all repeat yourselves one more time?"
I'm not gonna repeat it. But we do share some of the same views, which I do enjoy, right? However, we're also very understanding of other people's shit, right? You don't have to like we don't have to like you to understand you. That's another thing. You know what I'm saying? Like we just it just is what it is. Like as long as you're speaking truth to us, we good. We can understand each other. I'm not gonna sit here and
You're fine. You're not bothering me, bro.
nah. I mean, I'm just I don't know. I'm just not gonna sit here and try to appease someone. You know, because that's not me. That's not what I do. That's never been me. Like I'm not gonna like sit here and try to like appease anybody for their opinions or for my opinions either, because they're my fucking opinions. They're my fucking views. You know, do we share the same shit? Some of us do.
I'm not laughing at you.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just I don't know.
You sound like me about 9 o'clock this morning when I was explaining to my wife. Like I sounded just like that whenever she was asking me questions about our YouTube channel.
Nah, but like that's just I don't know.
Why can't we be us? And you be you?
I don't know. Like
That's the problem with what was it? Where did we stand?
yeah.
Same fucking dirt you. Unless you're in a different part of the world.
Yep. But for the most part, that's where we go. That's where we end up anyways.
Yeah.
So I don't understand it, but that's enough. That's enough for ranting. I don't know. Move on to something else.
let's see how funny he is.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but the skin color of the Little Mermaid doesn't fucking matter. I know that people can mark themselves as like safe from an earthquake. How do I mark myself as I don't give a fuck about the Little Mermaid? Can we just let the people who identify as mermaids deal with this one? Hey, I know you gotta get to work because you got a family to feed, and the world's falling apart from the inside, but how do you feel about a fictional cartoon character's ethnicity, Honestly, you could change her skin color, dye her hair, and have her name changed to Brent, then put her gills on her forehead, and I still wouldn't give a f***. But it's about the kids, or whatever your argument is. Don't let your kids watch it then. Shut the f*** up. Stop letting the rest of the world trick you into giving a shit about things that you don't give a shit about.
Boom.
Okay? Have a good day.
Bill Gates
See what I'm
says a
saying?
civil war is coming.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but see, that hook was fire.
I know, but that's what I'm talking about. But see, that's what I'm talking about, man. Like, I don't know, like,
Don't give yourself a headache over it. We just expressing ourselves.
yeah. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just some fucking asshole on a YouTube channel, so it's not, it doesn't matter. It's just opinions. Opinions from an asshole.
Well, opinions are like assholes because we all got one.
True.
Brought to you by Double Ash Show.
Unless you have a medical condition where your bottom half isn't there.
Or unless you've had your butthole sewn shut. And that just means what? You are full of shit.
True.
Septic tank with feet. Get that shit out of here.
Bill, I can only assume you're talking about a civil war between the left and the right. And if that's the case, who do you think's going to win this one, Bill? All the patriots who support the right to bear arms, or all the weirdos who identify as salamanders and dress up as unicorns? Bill, the people on one side of this civil war believe in fighting for freedom. The people on the other side believe that misgendering is violence. I mean, you can't misgender a heavily armed man to death. That's not a fight you're going to win. Like, what is the green-haired safe space community going to use to fight back? Their imaginations? Oh, Bill, how do I say this so you understand it? Okay, remember when you invented Windows and then Apple came along
fuck, I've
armed
never
with the
seen
iPhone
these.
and completely destroyed Microsoft? Bill, Windows was the green-haired safe spacers. Wait, Bill, there doesn't have to be a civil war. This is 2022. I know exactly how to handle this. Cancel culture. This is your opportunity to use your power for good. Cancel the Civil War. You know, I heard the Civil War use the N-word one time when it was drunk outside a nightclub. Civil War, I hereby announce you canceled. Or maybe we can all just agree to disagree and prevent the greatest country on earth from destroying itself. Unless, of course, there's more than meets the eye here. Microsoft manufactured body armor coming to a Walmart near you. Bill, stop making predictions and start making computers that are worth more than a paperweight. I mean, you're one of the richest men on earth, right? $121 billion net worth. How about you use a very small fraction of your fortune to end world hunger, stop homelessness, get kids in third world countries clean water? I don't know, just some wacky ideas. Well, here, let me make a prediction. You won't. It's hard to believe, but I guess Elon Musk really is the better billionaire, and he wants to put microchips in our brains. Just reported that China has opened overseas police.
Ouch. Ouch. Ouch.
But you see what I'm saying?
Ouch.
Like that's what I'm saying though. Like
And y'all
I don't
motherfuckers
want,
think we don't like Tom
like,
McDonald.
I don't want people to think that I don't like this dude.
Nah,
Right?
it
Because
don't
it's
matter.
not- but You know what? You're right. I don't give a fuck what y'all think. If I like him or I don't like him. All right? The views, like
They align.
his views are the same. Like, it's the shit that we are trying to say. You know what I mean? Like, that any sane person, any sane normal person would like to say day in and day out. But guess what? Like he was talking about, those green-haired motherfuckers would be like, "Oh no, you can't say that."
Oh, they wouldn't sound like
Oh,
that.
I know. True. You're right.
You know what?
You're right,
You
you're
can't
right.
say that.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
shit.
There you go.
No
Just like
voice
that.
box.
There you go. Like that.
Say something real quick. We do care that y'all don't misinterpret his likeness of another artist or another person. But we don't care to the extent to where you think you're going to force us to do any and everything you want to. Because you know what? If you are a fan of this man right here, right there, then you wouldn't be fucking doing that. Because that's not what he's about.
No.
And that's why I like this motherfucker. Yes, I said I like this motherfucker. I don't hate him. I don't dislike him.
No.
I don't despise him. He doesn't. We just, some of the shit, some people just are just die-hard fucking kamikaze fans.
Right.
And my favorite artist, I'm not going to say which one is my number one, but I'm going to say one of my favorite artists is NF. And I've already said before, I think I did. I don't like every one of his songs.
I think to be a true fan, you have to also recognize the fact that not everything that comes out of their mouth is going to be good.
Or gold.
Right, or gold.
It's
right?
not gold.
Like, as a true fan, you can also recognize, which I'm sure there are. I'm completely like sure that there are those fans that recognize the facts, like, ooh, I don't know about that one, Tom, or I don't know about that one, such and such, or I don't know how I feel about that one, NF. You know what I mean? Like,
No
I'm
one
sure,
wants
I'm sure
Yes
you
Man.
don't, because I'm sure you don't like every single NF song.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? Like, there are those hit or misses, but
And I love NF.
it's to me, like, I guess I don't know. To me, I guess it goes with support also.
Yeah.
True. You have to support your favorite, because that's how they keep going. That's how they measure themselves to keep going, right? And I get that part, right? But
What will it take to make y'all make us your favorite? Is it to always say yes?
That's not what I'm doing.
No, because
I'm not doing
I've
that.
read the comments. You've read the comments. I mean, there's been several people say you appreciate our honest opinion.
Right.
That's what the fuck you're gonna get right here, buddy. That's what you're gonna get. Two donkeys and a mic. I mean, it doesn't mean we're Democrat. No, far from it. We are humans. I like that. I like that label because both sides might have some nice grass, but I like that fence. I can pick what the fuck I want to put there. Whether that makes sense to some or don't. It makes sense to me. It does. So, let's just see a little bit more about this video.
Stations in the United States to monitor Chinese citizens.
Real quick. He says China has opened overseas police stations in U.S. and Canada to monitor Chinese citizens. Let me ask you a question. I don't know, but I do know one thing that's a fact. How much land do you think foreign countries own in the U.S.? They own more than we could ever fucking imagine. Let that rest on your face.
Look, you can call me crazy, but I don't think we can trust these guys. Chinese law enforcement in America? What could go wrong? How are we expected to believe anything that China says?
Isn't this the beginning of what's that movie? Red Dawn? Where fucking China invaded and like everybody woke up and all of a sudden like China was here and like Russia was here too. Like I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I guess that's just a polite thing to do. Seeing as how, to be fair, the U.S. has a lot of U.S. embassies across the world. It actually probably has more embassies around the world than any other
Or
country.
more stations. So
Yeah,
that someone
more
doesn't
US
misconstrue what we
embassies,
mean
yeah,
by
or,
that.
like U.S. embassies, like they're throughout the world.
We have U.S. sections, yeah.
Right.
All right, we'll just keep it sections. Don't get butthurt by what he said.
Right. So, to be fair, I mean, it's only polite.
To be fair.
To be fair,
To be fair.
it's only polite that we have, that we give them, police stations.
Well, I mean, let's trade land for land. Why don't we? I mean, trade land for land. I mean, it makes tons of sense.
That's just sarcasm.
I know.
That's just full blown sarcasm. Go back it up a little bit.
In America, what could go wrong? How are we expected to believe anything that China says? Isn't this the same country that lied about a certain lab leak not too long ago? Isn't this the same country that banned its citizens from any social media or Western news specifically so that it could lie to the people? Dude, China's like best buddies with Russia, and Russia's not that fucking cool. I don't think we can trust these guys, man. So, what do we do about it, you might ask? Well, this is a very complex problem. And under the Biden administration, it has a very complex answer. Learn to speak Chinese.
Generation got our driver's license at 14, had a job at 16, and moved out at 17. Your generation is still trying to define what a woman is and living in your parents' basement until you're 35. My generation grew up on uncensored.
No, stop. No. Please. No, hold on. I want to hear the next one.
And if I laugh, I won't be able to hear it because so far, that's 2 good points. Hold
on. My generation versus your generation.
A woman at 14 had a
very complex answer. Learn to speak Chinese.
generation got our driver's license at 14, had a job at 16, and moved out at 17. Your generation is still trying to define what a woman is and living in your parents' basement until you're 35. My generation grew up on uncensored everything. Your generation censors everything. My generation shot guns, rode dirt bikes, and went camping for fun. Your generation stares at your phone all day and dances on the internet in your sister's underwear. My generation knew how to make decisions. Important ones. Your generation can't even decide which bathroom to use. My generation wants the truth and the facts, no matter how uncomfortable they are. Your generation is so offended that the truth and the facts don't support whatever outlandish bull is floating around in your imagination that you've started labeling everything that you don't agree with as misinformation.
Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, dude. This makes me like the guy more. I mean, I can't front. Like, I know he...
Oh my god, why is it so true?
Why? Because we are his
you know
generation. That's why. That's why. We are that fucking generation.
Oh my god, we are. Like, and you know what's funny though is that... Okay, so you know what's funny though is that this, like, when you look at him, he's like our version of the grumpy old man because we're the grumpy old men.
Yep. But you know it's even worse than that. You see the part where it says like my generation versus your generation? My son is 18 years old. And he literally feels the same way.
My kid does too.
And that's crazy.
My kid sees the world how I see it. And
that's without us pushing it.
Yeah, so it might be kind of fucked up, right? But he realizes the
ignorance,
the ignorance and the idiocy of the world. Like, even he'll stop and he'll look and he'll be like, he gives you that meme, that, like, what the fuck? Like, even he goes like, what the fuck? And my kid's 14. Going on 15. And like, even he's like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, but I've never, and the thing is, like, I've never had to like have a talk with him about anything at all. Like, I promise you. But because of how like not literal, how do I say this? Like, because of, I guess, how I'm like straightforward.
Yes.
I don't cut anything out. Like, I let him see the world for what it is. I don't shelter him at all. Like, the world is fucked up. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I don't shelter him from, from news, from cussing, from anything like that, because that's how the world is, right? To normal people, right? To us, like, normal, like, free thinkers, I guess, the world,
hold on now.
up.
You can't say that if you're not open-minded.
Right.
Fuck out of here.
To us, like, normal people that, like, see the world for what it is, the world is a shithole, but it can also be good at the same time. Like we see it for what it is. There are good and bad. It's not always like a rainbow.
Uh, you know, I've never understood how the rainbow got put in as a damn symbol of homosexuality, because originally and I'm not trying to like be funny, I'm not trying to be hateful, but a rainbow is also been seen as a symbol of hope. I mean, you can hope all you want to two guys can have a baby, but if one of them ain't got ovaries and a damn egg, you ain't doing shit.
No, but like I've never, like I said, I've never had to shelter him at all.
I shouldn't have said that.
I've never had to shelter him at all for anything. And it's one of those where even he at 14, 15,
Knows.
like he knows like that's stupid. Like that doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
You saying that it's kind of crazy.
And what the fucked up part is, my worry for him is the fact that he's going to be the most logical person in an idiot world.
Isn't that what we're considered?
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? But
No. I know. Like,
I know.
Yeah.
I know. That's what we're considered, right? But I'm old.
we're not old.
But you know what I'm saying, though.
We're
Like,
older than the fuck nuggets.
right? But I'm saying though, like I'm old, so I don't give a shit, right? I just keep it moving. But I'm saying like for him, when him growing up, like he's going to be like the most logical person in the most idiotic world, and that is fucked up. To be the most, you're basically like in an island by yourself. To like, if this keeps going as it is, like you're gonna be like the most logical, smartest, alone person, because everybody else is gonna be following whatever trend, whatever ideology that's out there, whatever outlandish ideology is out there, because they don't want to look like the bad guy.
Because they don't want to feel alone.
Right. But him being him, he's gonna keep doing him.
Yeah.
He's gonna keep being himself.
That's what we're gonna do.
And like
Shit. Love it or hate it.
you know what I mean? Like, and that's what kind of sucks. Like the whole my generation versus your generation. Technically, like my kid is, our kids are part of our generation. And it sucks because your generation is winning. If you look at it.
I would say it's only winning because they make it seem apparent that they are.
Yeah.
Because anybody that is a true human knows that they don't have to force their preference on everybody else. I mean, that's how I see it. I mean, I don't force my preference on anybody. I don't force my views and my ideologies onto my kids. They just choose to see, like, okay, this makes sense and this doesn't.
Which is why I've never censored him from anything. Like I've had other parents.
You want him to have his own opinion and view on it.
Yes, I've had other parents go, "Oh, you let him listen to Eminem? You let him listen to fucking like Tyler the Creator."
You
But-
know the hypocrisy about that? I'm sorry, I'm not trying. There's hypocrisy. Because the same fucking shit you're saying, the same ones that are saying, "Oh, you let him listen to Eminem, you let him listen to this," or the same motherfuckers that say you shouldn't tell your mom and dad if you want to be this or be that.
Yeah.
They're the same ones that say, "Oh, it's fucked up for you to say that that's wrong."
But see, like the way I leave it is, when it's wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
If he makes a wrong mistake, then yes, obviously he gets reprimanded for it, right?
Yeah.
That's a logical thing to do. That's a logical human being thing to do. You know what I mean? Bad mistakes are bad mistakes, right? But I let him be his own person. I let him be his own person to the point where he knows, like he himself knows what's right and what's actually wrong.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like I don't have to enforce anything on him. Like I don't have to, throw my ideas onto him, because even he knows it's like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
Like he'll come up to me, like he'll say something, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, who the hell told you that? And he goes, no, it's just. He's like, I just thought about it. He's like, this is dumb. I'm like, well, okay. Like, I'll just leave it as like, oh, well, good for you. I'm not gonna agree with him at that moment because I don't want to. I don't want to influence the fact that like his logical thinking, like is appealing to me, and I don't want that to be like that's his way of connecting with me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I want
like
him to
fishing
be
or something.
right.
Yeah.
Like I want him to be his own person, right? So I just leave it as okay. In my head, I'm going, good shit. Like I didn't even have to I didn't have to say anything. Like,
well,
hey,
that's
good
the same
shit,
way I
dude.
felt about the first time I heard
You know?
I heard Modus. I'm not gonna say his name, but first time I heard Modus, listened to some music that would be questionable to some for that age. But whenever I brought it to attention, like I really hope you understand the difference between this and reality. And he's like, Dad, just because they're talking about it doesn't mean I'm not gonna try it.
Right.
I was like, holy shit! I didn't say it like you said. I didn't say nothing. I just
Right.
I walked away and I went and I told my wife about it. And I was like, wow, like we obviously have done something right.
Yeah.
Like as much as I give myself a hard time about everything I do, say, or how I feel sometimes, because like you said, I'm afraid it's gonna feel like I'm pushing everything on them.
Right.
It's like, damn, I didn't.
Right. I don't want
I did.
I don't want it to feel like that's their way of their way of connecting. You know, like they have to appease us.
Yeah.
And we don't have to appease anybody. You know.
We want people to like us, but it doesn't make or break us. I'm still gonna be me. I'm still gonna be that ass.
Yep.
I'm gonna finish this one spot, and I think we're gonna stop here.
Yeah.
My generation has 2 genders. Your generation has 89,347. And counting. My generation judges people on whether or not they're an asshole. Your generation judges people on race, weight, religion, sex, gender, financial standing, something that they tweeted 20 years ago in grade 8 when they were drunk for the first time. Your generation cancels everything you don't agree with. My generation doesn't give a about the things we don't agree with. Beat it, loser. My generation fights for the right to party. Your generation doesn't fight, doesn't like having rights, and doesn't like to party. What the is wrong with you guys? My generation is going to be able to handle the new music video that I'm dropping on Friday. Your generation is going to have a fucking meltdown. God, did you hear that Tom McDonald's dropping a new video on Friday? But his last video wasn't even controversial or political, so maybe there's nothing to worry about.
This fucking video is getting too long. What, play it? Stop it?
Yeah, we're done.
We're done?
We're done.
Thank you for tuning in.
We'll see y'all next time.